Your Excellencies, distinguished delegates and colleagues, Madam President, thank you for the opportunity to speak. It is indeed a profound honor to address this Assembly of Human Rights Ambassadors at the UN office in Geneva on the theme of Peace and Human Rights Better Together. In our interconnected world, peace is not merely the absence of war, it is the presence of justice, dignity, and opportunity for every human being. The former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan reminded us, there can be no peace without development, no development without peace, and neither without respect for human rights. His words captured the essence of our collective mandate. Human rights are not aspirational rhetoric, they form the indispensable architecture upon which stable, cohesive, and resilient societies are built. Across regions, we see how peace weakens when rights are denied. Discrimination, exclusion, and the marginalization of vulnerable communities fracture the very foundations of social harmony. As Nobel laureate Malala Yousafzai stated, we cannot all succeed when half of us are held back. Sustainable peace demands genuine inclusion. Education and women's empowerment enshrined in SDGs 4 and 5 remain transformative. The adage is true. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. Human rights education nurtures empathy, strengthens cohesion, and equips societies with the tools of dialogue and nonviolence. Nelson Mandela reminded the world, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, our shared moral charter, affirms in Article 1, all humans are born free and equal with dignity and rights. This principle must remain the compass of our global governance. Allow me to share a compelling contemporary example from India. Jemimah Rodrigues, one of the country's distinguished women's cricket players, was viciously targeted by fringe groups because of her Christian faith. These unwarranted attacks left her deeply depressed. Yet, with extraordinary resilience and grace, she rose above hostility. Her stellar performance led India to the World Cup finals, and upon their victory, Jemimah publicly professed her faith not as provocation, but as a humble expression of gratitude and service to the nation with Exodus 14:14. Prime Minister Modi himself was elated at such a victory, at which a nation chanted, Jai Hind, a chant that truly is unity in diversity. Her journey as a woman illustrates how the human spirit, when anchored in dignity and conviction, can transform adversity into hope. Stories like hers encourage a future where diversity is embraced and where tolerance, peace, and justice are not ideals but lived realities. As former UN High Commissioner Mary Robinson affirmed, human rights are the building blocks of peace. Where institutions uphold dignity, trust flourishes. Where communities engage in sincere dialogue, understanding takes root. The timeless wisdom of Proverbs 14:34, righteousness exalts a nation, reinforces the moral imperative that a nation's true elevation lies not in economic prowess or military power, but in the integrity of its values with justice, fairness, and the protection of every individual's inherent dignity. Your Excellencies, peace and human rights are not separate paths. They are the indivisible, mutually reinforcing mission. As Archbishop Desmond Tutu reminded us, my humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. I reiterate, he says that my humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. Let us therefore renew our commitment to building a world anchored in dignity, righteousness, equality, and lasting peace, in a world in which every human being can flourish, for indeed we are better together. Thank you.